Hi everyone, it's late at night and I felt really inspired to do a live video now. I've been feeling really emotional today, and for some of you who have maybe seen my Instagram post, they might have know already that I've been quite angry and furious today. But anyway, I feel like it's tough to make live videos. It's really vulnerable and really exposing. For the last hours, I felt really inspired to share something from my heart and to really share in an authentic way. I'm using this social media platform a lot to promote my things, but I'm now starting also the last months to share things that really move me. And I feel like sharing things that really move us is connecting us. And that's actually a thing, like Facebook should connect us a bit more, yeah, instead of separating us. So anyway, let's get to the point. What I want to talk about now is that I'm feeling angry, that I'm feeling furious. I'm also feeling sad. I'm also feeling a lot of love. I'm also feeling grateful. But today, and I've been talking with some other people and they felt similar things, I'm feeling really furious. And it's beautiful. It feels good to feel furious. It feels good to let this energy be moving. It feels good to express this anger and to not hold it back, but to really like let it flow. And it's this kind of anger that's like, I'm not feeling stuck in it. It's like moving me. It's like flowing through, and like there's another wave coming and another wave. And this anger feels empowering. It brings me a lot of insights about moments in my life where I've crossed my boundaries, like moments where I didn't tell my truth. And it somehow it connects me more with myself today. It's kind of, giving me this energy of like, fuck all this bullshit. Fuck all these concepts. Fuck all people who like judging me or like abusing me or whatever. Just like, go back to yourself and really go back to this self-love. This is what my anger is teaching me today. And why I'm talking about anger is that I see in myself, in many other people, and especially in many women, that oftentimes when anger is needed, instead of expressing this anger, we are crying and we are being sad, or we like, like being like this, being in this victimhood of like, oh, I'm such a poor being and blah, 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 blah. And we're like going into this spiral of like creating dramas and creating more emotions and creating more sadness and crying more. But sometimes there are moments where we actually have to shift this energy, and we need to become aware of when is the moment to feel angry and when is the moment to let the energy move like into the sadness. I've had moments in my life where I've been crying for hours, crying for days, being depressive. Like a few years ago when I ended an ex-relationship, I was like, I had this feeling of like, oh my God, I can't live without him. And I'm like, I'm lost and blah, 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 all this stuff. And I was crying and I was like really recreating this drama. Like at some point, crying is medicine and sadness is medicine, and it needs to be expressed. It needs to be released. I've been crying today. I've been laughing today. I've been doing everything today. But then there's this point, and that's what I want to emphasize in this live talk, that there is this point where we need to wake up and see that there is also anger. See that there's different emotions too. And this anger is not a bad thing. Anger and aggression are not bad things. They only become bad things if we suppress them and then hurt other people and then make war. And that's why we have war in this world, because we're not expressing our emotions, because we're not connected to ourselves, because we're not daring to face the truth and be honest to ourselves, to feel these emotions and to express them in a safe way without hurting anyone else. Because that's the point. When I'm not expressing my anger in a safe way, like I'm doing now, like I'm not hurting anyone, I'm just expressing and sharing this. If this gets stuck, then at some moments I will put this energy into like a nasty projection, or like in a nasty word towards other people, or whatever. I will project it on someone. But I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to play these games anymore. That's why it's good if you feel emotional. It's good if you feel angry. And especially as women, we need to stop always cry. We also need to use this anger. There's been men in my life who've been judging me for being angry, because they didn't stand up for themselves, because they were afraid to express their anger and aggression, not because my anger and aggression was wrong. I mean, there have been moments where I've been hurting other people and abusing other people, through my anger and through my emotions, because I had so much stuff there that I have not expressed before. But then there were also moments where I really shared my truth and where I just really stood up for myself and said, like, this is really pissing me off. And I need to say this. I really want to practice radical honesty. And I believe that if we're more authentic and if we're more radical honest with ourselves and with other people, there will be more peace in your life and in our lives and in this planet. Emotions are just energy. And it's like a Qigong practice. You know, you can go to your Qigong class, you can do your meditation or whatever, but actually you need to practice that in your daily life. And that's the challenge. To during the day feel like, okay, there's an emotion coming up. What is it now? And where am I directing this emotion? How am I going to release and express it? Am I bringing this emotion to my head and then create dramas and then create stories and then project on other people and then talk badly about other people or hurt myself? Or am I going to feel this energy in my body? And this is why I'm doing dance. This is why I'm doing all this body stuff and healing stuff. That's why I'm teaching dance. Because for me, this is the medicine to get these energies moving in my body and not use them for any bad stuff and really trying to transform them, because emotions can be transformed. And that's the important thing. I've often had this problem that I would stick with my emotions, that it would get sticky, like glue. And that I wouldn't be able to get free of these emotions, that I would be just being this anger, this sadness, and recreating it, but not finding any way out, not finding any way to express it, release it, transform it. It was just, having me in this, turning me in this vicious circle. And that's also a point where we need to feel, okay, these emotions get sticky. How can I get out of this? And for me, the easiest way is to be in my body, to be honest to myself, to be connected to myself, to breathe. And I'm talking a lot and I'm still breathing, but it feels good to let all of this out and just, not give a fuck. Okay, I see people are joining this. Maybe people are judging this. I don't care. Really, I don't want to pretend anything anymore. I just really want to share, this is how I feel right now. Yes, I can also feel super balanced. I can also feel super joyful and share my stuff and my teachings and blah, blah, blah. But there's also these moments where I feel like this. And I'm not the only one today. And I feel like, for me, it has to do with some personal things that have been coming up the last days, and also ancestral things and all kinds of stuff. But it's also been collective things where I felt like today I was like, fuck off, all of you. Fuck patriarchy. Fuck all these people. Fuck off. That was my energy today. But I was dancing, I was releasing, I was sharing, and I was just going to a dance event and dancing for 3 hours, and it really helped me to shift and breathe through and get it out and get it moving. In this video now, I'm doing this for myself because I was now on the bus and I was like, I need to find a way. I need to share this. I need to make a video, and it feels really good to do that. So thanks for watching. Thank you, Facebook, for creating this space. Anger can be medicine. And emotions are really important to be able to feel boundaries, to feel desires, to feel needs, to feel yourself. Emotions are not a bad thing. It's only about how do we handle these emotions. And I'm sick of people telling me that I'm a drama queen or that I'm too emotional. Fuck all of that. And if anyone is saying that to you, fuck off. I mean, not you, but these people that are saying this to you. It's only about how am I handling this emotion. It's not that it's a bad thing. And it's not only because I'm just before my period. That's the thing. Being shortly before my period, my menstruation is really helping me to bring all these things up. It's making me emotional. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's not PMS. It's not a woman's thing. It's just normal. And I'm talking to women and men right now, because I also see many men out there that are not expressing their anger, that are not expressing their aggression, that are suppressing it and then expressing it in nasty ways, like like, you know, raping children and hurting their wives and whatever. And, you know, like, because this aggression and this anger, it's our life force, it's driving us, it's important, it's like, it's what makes us survive. But if we hold that back, then this violence is coming, and this violence is unnecessary. And I feel like really today I'm like, you know, this has to change. It has to change. And all this discrimination for women and all this suppression and all this stuff and all these gender roles that we put in and all this, you know, all this bullshit, like, I feel there is a transformation. And for me, one of the most important steps is feel yourself and be honest with yourself and be honest with other people. And fuck everything else. So I think that's it. There might be more to share. There might be more things that I wanted to share. That's it for now. Thank you for listening. Good night, and really stand up for yourself, feel your emotions, and find a safe way to express them. Maybe do a live video or talk to a friend or dance or shake.